Let me welcome you to the Smokebox. Windows up, couple in rotation. Hot boxed out about 3 or 4 faces.
Once again, we are brought to you by BREALTV. This is the Smokebox, a very special edition. I'm Dr. Green Thumb with my good friend of more than 25 years, my brother right here, DJ Muggs.
Yo, because nothing is coming from it. I'm not gonna waste no time. I'm like after humming, coming at ya. You know I had to get ya.
House, baby. What's going on?
The backbone of the Cypress Hill sound. Many people have asked when we were gonna have you in the box. And I figured it had to be like a special occasion because we could chop this up anytime, but we have an Elephants on Acid album coming out, Cypress Hill, and I thought it would be the perfect time to get the man in the box. So
in the box.
Welcome to the box.
About to get hot up in here.
Hot up in here. Well, it's actually cool because it's not so hot in the building. Usually it's hot in the building, and we got the smoke rolling, so it's fucking crazy.
I know, like 3 weeks ago. Fuck. I don't know who was in here 3 weeks ago, but god damn.
So, man. It's hard chopping it up with you because I know the fucking history front to fucking back. You know what I mean? But the one thing that I've always managed to say about your production and about you as a producer is that you're fucking one of the most underrated, but one of the best motherfuckers out there. It's like, you influence so many different producers out there, at all points in the every time you evolved as a producer, like with each Cypress Hill album, you came with a different sound, and I think a lot of people borrowed a lot of your sound throughout those times. What is it now that you're looking for in the sound?
I'm just looking for originality, and I always like to tread new waters, you know what I mean? Like, I listen to the radio, I listen to what's going on, and there's formulas that are out there, and those formulas are easy to do because they're already the meals have been made.
Right.
The formula's done. So I'm always looking to create the next formula that hasn't been invented yet. So that's the hard part, to create something from nothing that hasn't been there yet. You know what I mean? So we did that with the first album, Cypress album. We did it with the second Cypress album. We did it with our third Cypress album. It's always like, I take a page from the Jimmy Page book where it was like, he never went out and produced a lot of other people. And I was just more interested in producing my band and coming up with a new sound and just taking over the world with our band.
Right. And that was the thing too, is that not only did you make your own sound, like our sound with Cypress Hill, you did it out of the box. It was completely different than what most producers that were established were doing. I know that we were heavily influenced by PE and all that stuff in their production with the breaks and all that stuff, but like not even with that influence, the sound was just different, and it's you took that sound and even moved it out of hip hop. You went into like the trip hop shit,
right?
And even the electronic shit. Like you pretty much.
You know what I do, man? I just try to like explore sound and push myself and try to. Sometimes I want to do shit I can't do, and just learn new styles and new production methods to bring back and do my core shit. Because my core shit I can do all the time,
right?
But I just push myself and just try to do different shit just for fun.
What was the most?
I get bored.
What was the most challenging, you think?
The most challenging?
Of all the shit that you fucked with?
Some of the electronic shit, just because of the production techniques, were some other shit that I've never done. So just like starting to get into like side chaining and using different like just production techniques the way electronic music did from what we did with hip hop. So going into that and just having to learn, just like, okay, sit back. And I'll be a student again of music. Don't think you know everything. It's time to just learn. And just trying to keep my mind open enough to not think you know everything, and just constantly learn and constantly evolve and constantly stay the same and keep the same grit, but constantly try to bring new things into the fold. You know what I mean?
Right.
And stay original. Because I could tap it. We can do anything. Trap's easy. Any kind of style that's out is easy to do. But it's like, okay, what's the next shit nobody's done yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. That's where my mind's always at.
Yeah, but I could tell like when we started working on the Elephants on Acid, the beds of music that you were letting me hear before we'd actually do the shit, and when we started to do it, it was all different. It didn't sound like anything that we had done in the past, but it was like dark. You know what I mean?
Emotionally, it was all shit, but
Yeah.
the sound-wise, it was a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit different, a little bit more like an evolved sound, still dark, gritty, and I mean, it reminded me of the Dust time, you know what I mean? Because the Dust was real like vibey like that, you know what I mean?
It's like, for me, it's like tapping into a certain time and a certain place and a certain energy. And when we was kids on Cypress and where we used to roll around up in 89th Street in Central into the Compton swap meet, and we'd roll to fucking, you know,
Everywhere.
Skyland USA and World on Wheels, and we go to Uncle Jam's Army, and we go to all the shit, the energy, like how it felt back then, smoking in the back of like some little ass Regal we had and shit. I just always try to tap into that energy and the feel of that.
Right.
Whatever the sound is, the sound, but the feeling of that.
Right.
For some reason, you know, that it's just that feeling that I think is what makes us unique. Because when people put it on, it's just we bring them to this other dimension almost.
It's a sound and a vibe, I think, you know, both hand in hand, I think, because I think the sound actually sets the vibe. You know, like a point being, my point with the actual Temple of Boom, right? It was a very moody fucking record, but the sound and the chemistry was like no other. It was a different album for its time. You know what I hear a lot of times, you know, on tour and shit like that, and different places that I might be in, fans will come tell me, yo man, Temples of Boom is my favorite fucking album. And you know, we just celebrated 20 years of the Temple of Boom that just happened on Halloween.
Temple of Boom.
Thanks to the fans for that. But I mean, it was such a unique sound, you know what I mean? And I think that's always been your thing, is to bring the vibe out in the sound, because I mean, it makes it an easier platform to write to when the sound makes you feel something before you even fucking write to it. You know what I mean? Like I always said, like when you used to give me certain beats and shit, they would talk to me a certain way, like, I need to write, this feels like a Get High song,
right.
This feels like an aggressive, like, fuck you song, or you know, this feels like I'm a clown somebody song, you know? All those joints had their vibes, and I think that's one thing about like getting on songs with you that's different than with any other producers. And I think other rappers that have worked with you can say that shit too, you know, like the vibe is just different. It's not just like getting a beat and rapping over it. It's actually brings something out, because I've heard the shit, you know, the stuff with Sick Jack and, you know, the album you did with Jizza and all those collaborations, and even when you would do work with MC8, it would just bring certain
Different thing
shit out of them. Yeah,
definitely.
and because I think it's the respect level they have for you too. You know what I mean? They want to bring their best.
Oh, they brought it too. They brought that shit. MC8 killed those records we did.
Yeah, they did, didn't he?
You killed Temple of Boom like a motherfucker, boy.
Well, you know, we were all pissed off at that time, so, you know, it was easy.
Yeah, we was mad.
I was mad at everything, everybody. But, I mean, you fucking work with a lot of different people. You work with hip-hoppers, you work with alternative fucking, you know, musicians, you know, from studio musicians to actual fucking rock stars and shit. Who, like, I know that you're working with Diane Toward now, right? Or you did some work with them?
Yeah, we're working with them right now.
And how's that shit going? Because, I mean, that shit is a trip.
Ill. Yeah, they on some different shit. They definitely always looking for the next shit. You know what I mean? And they fucking super focused on this shit, working on this shit. But we probably got maybe, I think we did about 10 so far.
Right. And how you like the way that's coming out?
Oh, it's ill.
Because I know they're ill, and you like doing that ill type of shit.
Yeah, that shit's like futuristic, new, like it's gonna fucking hurt some feelings. That's for damn sure.
As it should.
Shit, fuck, it's like Jesus, fuck. It's because they're exotic. You know what I mean? Where they come from and the way they rhyme. Like Ninja got a big. He's like grew up with Cypress. It's his favorite group.
Yeah.
And Wu-Tang's his favorite group. So he comes from there and doing what they doing. So their everything they do has a hip hop sensibility. But you know,
their whole get down is unique. You know, we play some of their videos on the Dr. Green Thumb show, and it's always like that eye popping shit. And the music is definitely fucking different, but it's dope. You know, I think a lot of people are gonna be fucking hyped up to hear the collaboration.
We got some shit. It's gonna be dope.
I gotta hear it. I haven't heard it. You know what I'm saying? You know, listen, I tell people this a lot. You know, when it comes to like, when motherfuckers ask me for advice about in the studio, you know, because this is what you taught me, right? Is I'll do the song and then I don't hear it until the producer is done with it, because you can't get married to the way that it sounds at the beginning. It's gonna change 1,000 times maybe. Maybe it changes once, but it's gonna change. So you can't like, you know, get too like,
You gotta trust.
You gotta trust.
it. Just fall back.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I think that's essential, that you let the producer actually produce and trust, you know, and let go, and then wait for the finished product. And that's the one thing I've always done since day one, is like, I won't take no beats out of the studio ever. Like, I won't take an unfinished song. Hey, you want this track? Nah. When it's done, I'll fucking take it. You know, and I try to convey that to the other MCs out there that ask me about MC shit like that. You know,
if you're working with a producer you trust and you're working with them, just let them do their thing and craft their shit. If you're working with a youngster and you don't trust him and he's making beats and facilitating like an engineering and programming role, then stay on top of him and then take your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a crazy game, man. All right, so last two questions. All right, about the elephants on acid. You know, what could our fans expect out of the sound?
Shit, we got. I think we got half of the record done right now. And then I think we're about to work on the second half and have a whole new sound. And I think y'all motherfuckers are gonna bug the fuck out. This shit is ill. I'm gonna play you something right now. I think I got a little something in my phone.
I can co-sign that shit. It's gonna sound crazy. I mean, it's some ill shit. It's different. I like, you know, it doesn't sound anything like the Temple of Boom, right?
Yeah. That's the new Cypress shit right there. Okay,
always ill. Always ill. You know, it's gotta be, man. And I can't wait for motherfuckers to hear it when we finish it. Y'all are gonna bug the fuck out. What's your favorite strain you like to chief?
Man, I like just the good sativas, my choice.
The good sativas.
Yeah, I like to work and get energy and just have something smooth and mellow. Not gonna put me out too much.
Yeah, that's what this is. We were smoking on that gelato, on some Funky Phil tips, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit right there, that gelato, boy.
And that's
a fucking gelato. You know the gelato's an Italian ice cream, right?
Yeah.
And it's better than the other ice cream because they use the top layer of the bottom layer of the cream.
Right.
Where it's cleaner for you.
Yeah.
The top layer rises and they make ice cream from that.
It's actually a smoother texture too.
Yeah, way smoother.
Yeah. We're the gelato of hip hop. We're the gelato of hip hop. Man, get the fuck out of here. Word up. This has been another Smokebox right here. BREALTV with the legendary DJ Muggs.
In the house.
We got some shit for you coming. You make sure you fucking stay on board. Leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and you know, you could check out Soul Assassins Radio it's Tuesday night. Tuesday.
Shade 4-5. Boom.
Shade 4-5. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Soul Assassins are all over the place. We're all over the fucking place. So
taking over everywhere.
You can't get rid of us. We're just, you know, spreading and shit. Right on, man.
Let me welcome you to the Smokebox. Windows up, couple in rotation. Hot boxed out about 3 or 4 faces.